Okay, right here from the upper fixed point for our Kelvin scale, the upper fixed point is 373, and that will be 373 Kelvin. And the lower fixed point is fixed 273 Kelvin. Did you see that? And for the centigrade scale, the upper fixed point is 100 degree Celsius. And the lower fixed point in this case is 0 degree Celsius. And the Fahrenheit scale, the upper fixed point is 212 degree Fahrenheit, and the lower fixed point is 32 degree Fahrenheit. Now you have to know these values offhand. The upper fixed point of the Kelvin scale, 373, and the lower part, 273. For centigrade scale, 100 and 0, and for these, 212 and 32. Now there's one more thing you need to get used to, and that is called the fundamental interval. Now the fundamental interval, which we refer to as Fi, and that is called the fundamental interval. Now the fundamental interval is the difference between the upper fixed point and the lower fixed point. The fundamental interval is the difference between the upper fixed point and the lower fixed point. That is, the Fi, which is the fundamental interval, is definitely equal to, right, UF minus LF. The fundamental interval is the difference between the upper fixed point and the lower fixed point. I can bring this all up together, right, in this case. Of course. Okay, so there we go. Did you see the fundamental interval right here? That is the difference between the upper fixed point and the lower fixed point, right? So you can see this in here is the fundamental interval. Those are the fundamental interval across each of our temperature scale. And in this case, the fundamental interval in this case is 373 minus 273. Of course, you can see the formula, UF minus LF, upper fixed point minus lower fixed point. And that will be 373 minus 273. And if you carry out that subtraction, you're going to get 100 Kelvin. And if you do it in this case, the upper fixed point minus the lower fixed point, you're going to get 100 degree Celsius. And if you definitely do it in this case, right, if you try to do it in this case, here, 212 minus 32, right? If you try to do it in that case, 212 minus 32, you're going to get 180 degree. Take that again. That'll be 180. It shifts that anyway. Let's create a shift there. And that's going to be this, of course. Shift this a little bit. And that will be 180 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, so there we go. Now you can see the upper fixed point between all the temperature scales I will definitely have. Now it is possible to convert from one temperature scale to another temperature scale. We can make the conversion between one temperature scale to another temperature scale right from this calculation. Right? We can convert from one temperature scale to another temperature scale And that is the reason why you're seeing conversion of temperature scale on this other end of the video, of the board. So we want to convert from Kelvin to degrees Celsius, or we convert from Kelvin to degree Fahrenheit. Now, to convert from one temperature scale to another temperature scale, I might definitely have to keep this formula in my head, or I might definitely have to keep the diagrams in my head, or I will have to know the formula across each conversion. Let us try to work with that. Okay, so the first formula we're looking at here, we want to consider here, is to convert the degrees centigrade, right, to degree Fahrenheit. Just like you can convert from meter to millimeter, or centimeter to meter, and many more. The same thing we are definitely looking at in here, right? Of course, I know to convert from centimeter to meter. I have my format already. That is 100 centimeter equal to 1 meter. And I can use the proportionality to obtain any other value I am looking for in this case. To do that across here, let us see how we're going to do it. Let us consider that I have in here a beaker. And this beaker, right, definitely contains some hot, right, or warm liquid. In order to get the temperature of this, I have to dip into this content, right, a degree centigrade thermometer. And immediately I dip that into this container, right? The degree centigrade thermometer definitely read, right? It read X. It read X. Say X could be anything. It read out X in degrees Celsius, right? And in this other case right now, I have to remove this now, right? And put in my Fahrenheit my another thermometer, which is graduated in Fahrenheit scale. And I put that into this container, and it definitely read its own reading. In that case, this thermometer is not going to read X. Let's say it's going to read Y. So I'm going to put another color here, and this other color represents another thermometer which I've put into this container. And now, right, this is the another thermometer which is graduated in degree Fahrenheit scale. And this thermometer right now read its own temperature to be YF. Did you see that? And now the thing I want to do is I want to convert this to this. Either convert X to Y or convert Y to X. And that is what I'm trying to do here. So to try to do that, this is what I'm going to do.